guys, welcome back to the tip of the iceberg. I am the iceberg himself, DJ Iceberg, and I'm very excited. Today is one of two big things. First off, this is my first trailer reaction, full trailer reaction. And number two, it's the Fantastic Four. Like, I am over the moon for this. I absolutely love these characters. I've never read any of the comics, but of what we've already been given, you know, cinematically, this is something I absolutely love. I have a rather unpopular opinion. I personally loved all the original Fantastic Four movies, the ones with Jennifer Gardner and whatnot, and the original Chris Evans. I liked both movies, the original and the one with Silver Surfer. I know that the Galactus in that was not something that people preferred. That's okay. It's what actually was, I think, one of my first movies for the Marvel Universe, so I kind of enjoy it. Like, I'm also a fan of the original Daredevil and Elektra movies with Jennifer Gardner. Those are, like I said, unpopular opinions. That's okay. Everyone's allowed one. So, but this one I'm very excited about too. I'm really very excited to have the Fantastic Four in the MCU. Let's go over the cast here real quick. So first we have Vanessa Kirby. She is Sue Storm. She was in the Fast and Furious franchise as well as the Mission Impossible 6, I believe. We also have Pedro Pascal, who was in The Last of Us. He's best known for that, of course. He was in a few other things, but I think that's what he's most known for. We also have Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm. Joseph, of course, being from the Stranger Things universe and Game of Thrones, I think he was. And there's also Moss Backrack. We're just going to call him Moss because I feel like I'm saying his last name wrong. He was in a few things, including The Lake House, as well as already part of the Marvel bigger universe, The Punisher. I think the movie? Pretty sure it was the movie. Could have been the show, but I think it was the movie. We'll go over more what we think about the trailer afterwards, but for now, let's get into it.
Welcome to the Baxter Building.
We make a point to do family dinner every week.
Okay, interview.
Herbie, how's that sauce coming?
Oh, Herbie!
Yeah, I'll be the judge of that. Okay. Okay.
T-5.
Before we went up the first time,
Oh, the countdown.
Johnny never caught fire.
Oh, wow, they did show him catching fire. That's so cool.
Johnny is Johnny.
Hi.
And I am right here. Ever life throws at us.
Oh, that's cute. Okay, we'll talk about that after. Oh, wow. It's okay. We have a lot to cover. There's some Easter eggs in this one. Oh. July 25th? Okay, so there is a lot to cover. Wow, just wow. I am really very wow. I'm kind of blown away by the trailer. First thing I want to cover is my immediate impression of it, and I'm not really sure how to describe it. It's very on the fence side. I don't think it's taking itself very seriously, especially with the obvious CGI for the Thing, especially with his brow. I thought that was a little, but I think that's more comic accurate. But I think it doesn't translate well. It's just my opinion, but I get the comic accuracy. As far as my expectations go, I think the trailer meets them. I'm really hoping this does good in theaters, but I think it's so far. I know that the fans of like the MCU are not gonna like the size of, and I'm gonna say this right today, Galactus, because yesterday with the teaser trailer, I know I called him Galactica. So like Battlestar apparently, but whatever. But y'all know what I meant. I think his size is going to be a problem because I know he is supposed to be like a planet eater. And if he is in the same image as the Statue of Liberty, I didn't get a really close shot of the Statue of Liberty. They do have a Statue of Liberty, but it looks like there's a very futuristic background to it. There's even there's some domes and stuff in the background that obviously are not in New York. If you could have Galactus and the Statue of Liberty in the same shot, then he's not as big as he's supposed to be. Maybe he has the ability to shrink himself. I don't know. I really didn't think we'd get to see the whole Baxter building, and it looks amazing. It's just like there was a map of New York that was released prior to this, and it had the Baxter building on it. And I think this is basically the same shape that they were going for. I do know that it sits opposite the launch pad from where that ship yesterday takes off from. I really didn't think we would get Herbie yet. But Herbie looks amazing, looks very clean. Everything just, that's my first impression. Everything is very clean. It's brighter. It's very visually, aesthetically pleasing as far as their outfits go. Like there's not wrinkled. It's not just some outfit they threw on. There's almost a soft tone to their outfits. As far as Ben Grimm goes, I think the sounds it makes is very reminiscent of the original Fantastic Four. The way, like, when he licks his finger reminds me of the sounds the other Ben Grimm made when Rock would meet. That's just what it reminds me of. So I wonder if they just kind of use that same sound effects. Now, there is another callback with Ben Grimm. He's watching the TV, and I do know this is going to be part of his struggle. He struggles to look like he used to, and I know that's supposed to be Reed Richards' biggest struggle is trying to turn Ben Grimm back into his human form. So I know that's supposed to be an issue there. There's also a very small snippet showing him walking down what appears to be an alley and two people running away. So I wonder if he came upon maybe some muggers, kind of got them to stop, or maybe somebody was picking on him, they ended up running away. I think what we're going to see, this is just my theory, I think what we're going to see is he's going to walk up to these TVs, he's going to see his human form, he's going to be sad, but then he's going to hear muggers like around the corner because it looks like the same area. He's going to hear the muggers around the corner, he's going to be able to stop them, and he's going to feel like he has the ability to stop them. And I think that's what's going to change his aspect. This might be very early on after he gets his powers. He also is wearing a trench coat here, which reminds me of, again, the first Fantastic Four movie, especially when he went to go find his wife at the time, and he wore that trench coat to cover himself. Moving on to Johnny, I will say his powers are very reminiscent of, again, the original Chris Evans Johnny Storm, the way he flames on. Just the visual aspects of it are very reminiscent of that, which I'm kind of glad to see because personally I enjoyed the effects they used for that, so I'm hoping that this translates again well with the rest of the MCU audience. And you can already see that Johnny Storm carefree attitude with him, so I'm very happy about that too. I was wondering if they were going to give him that same persona, and it looks like that's what they're going for. And also, when he takes off, he does this up into the air as far as he can go until his flame is put out, and thus falling back to Earth. Very reminiscent of Tony Stark in the first Iron Man movie. When he went up, everything sort of froze on him, and he had to fall back down to Earth right before picking up and going off again. So I'm glad to see that. And then I was like, oh, okay. Moving on to Sue Storm, I see that they are also giving her the ability to create like invisible barriers. I don't know if this is comic accurate, but I assume so since it's down here as well as the original Fantastic Four. The way she's holding herself when she's casting it is very reminiscent of the original Sue Storm. Her pose is very reminiscent of her, so I wonder if she pulled on that actress's nuances to do this. Speaking of Easter eggs, there's a very small snippet, kind of blink and you'll miss it, where there are three boys who are looking up at something and they have Ben Grimm, the Thing mask on, and one lifts it up. And it's very, again, reminiscent of the way Spider-Man had been wearing the Iron Man mask. And I don't know why, I mean, masks are very common, but that's what that gives me. And that's sad to say because I know that in upcoming movies, whether it's this one or Doomsday, Robert Downey Jr. is going to be playing Doctor Doom. We saw that reveal. So I'm not sure if this is deliberate, like they're giving a whole bunch of Iron Man type Easter eggs. So this could be a hint towards Robert Downey Jr. being in this. There's also another very small shot of what appears to be the car, but it is driving rather than flying. So I don't know if that's the car. I would assume so because of the blue and the curved windows. I assume that that's what that's actually going to be. There's also a image of a older man, long hair. I'm not sure who this is supposed to be, but the fact that he's in the trailer would suggest that with such a focus on just him, like the kids, there was 3 of them. There wasn't a focus on just one of them, but he is doing this slow walk. He's centered. I have a feeling it's going to be an important character, but I don't know who. So I'm curious as to who he is. We'll probably find out today or tomorrow in the new Rockstars breakdown. This is just me going over things. And then, of course, the silhouette of Galactus. What I like about this is I expected it to look more 60s futuristic, very clean edges, this, that, and the other. But it's almost like, here's New York, and we put in some random futuristic type buildings. But I expected it to be more going through the multiverse and multiverse of madness kind of things, like with the building with all the vines and greenery on them. That's what I really expected. I didn't expect it so gray, I guess I should say, as opposed to white. But it's fine. It's fine. I still enjoy it. I still very much enjoy the feel of it. And then there's at the end, right before we finish here, at the end there is this shot of them standing on a platform. It looks to be opened. I don't think this obviously opened. I think that this is more of a publicity shot. They're probably revealing their outfits, talking about who they are. That's what I'm going to give from this situation. And I like that parts of their outfit, each outfit is the same, but it's a tad bit different. But I don't think it's necessary, but it works. But we'll see. I'm very excited. July 25th. Very excited to look forward to it. I think the trailer is very well done, and I'm very happy with the things we did get with this. Like the powers, the fun take on it, the small, subtle MCU connections, because not in the universe, I don't think at all. So, we'll see. But that has been my reaction, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for all my reactions and commentaries that are coming up. I do have some things in the works, so be on the lookout. But for now, have a fantastic day.